go through as a refresher. And then we can specifically speak to what happens after your application comes in, just in the interest of everybody's time. And also that way we can get directly to your questions. So, should we start?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next slide. All right.
This is
So, I mean, all of you already know who Futurepreneur is. What we do, we are a national nonprofit organization, and our main offering is a loan combined with business resources and mentorship. And we work specifically with young entrepreneurs, that's those between the ages of 18 to 39. And we specifically work with those who are Canadian citizens or permanent business in Canada. Today, we set up this office hour, virtual office hour, just so that for those of you who have already submitted an application or are in the process of submitting an application, if you have any specific questions, we can look at them. And I always think that it's better to do these things in a group because there might be questions that doesn't come to your mind right now, but someone else asks it. And I also think there's always a learning opportunity for everybody to learn from each other. And we can share tips with each other. So that's the purpose of today's call. So I'll introduce myself and then I'll pass it over to the rest of the Futurepreneur team to introduce themselves quickly, and then we'll get into the presentation. So my name is Mina Hamriri. I am the Regional Director for British Columbia. I have been with Futurepreneur. Well, in my recent term, I joined Futurepreneur back as of November of last year, but previously I worked at Futurepreneur for 9 years. So I have worked with a lot of Canadian startups that went through our programs previously, and my main focus has been BC, but I've also worked in entrepreneurs from Alberta and Saskatchewan. And today, I'm just here for the presentation to answer any questions you might have. But my day-to-day role is mostly working with partners, government partners, sponsors, events, marketing, things like that. But any question that you might have about Futurepreneur, we should be able, between me, Fred, and Frank, we should be able to answer all of your questions today. So that's me. I'll pass it back to Fred.
Yeah, hello everyone. Fred or Barber, who at first person can't be probably pronounced. And I've been here for a few months at BC, so just getting to know everyone. I was the one who sent you all the emails, so that's probably how you know me if we haven't spoken before. And yeah, I'm excited to be working with you all and answer any questions you might have today. Go from there. And we also have Frank, who is our newest member of the team here. And he'll probably also be Frank. I'll let you introduce you.
Yeah, thanks, Fred. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Frank. I've been with Futurepreneur for about a month now. I am the business development manager here. And prior to this, I worked as a business strategist in Alberta in a similar role, working with entrepreneurs and startups for about 7 years. And I also have a financing background as well. I worked for Scotiabank and I run a small business as well.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Welcome.
So I know as we were speaking, a couple new people joined us. We haven't really done anything. We just introduced ourselves. So you haven't missed anything. In this room again, today we have 3 of the Futurepreneur team members, myself, Carmen, and Frank. And everybody else is an entrepreneur. Everybody else is looking at Futurepreneur for funding and mentorship or already has an application with Futurepreneur. I do encourage everybody to ask their questions, and I do encourage everybody to participate in supporting each other and giving each other tips for the next steps. So, Carmen, next slide, please. So I really always like sharing this slide. Some of you might already have seen it, but these are examples of entrepreneurs who have been through Futurepreneurs program previously. So we have been around since 1996. Today is our, or not today, but this year is our 30th anniversary. We've been around for 30 years supporting young entrepreneurs. And yeah, our mandate is supporting young entrepreneurs, helping them start their businesses, create jobs, and basically contribute to economic activity and economic development of our communities. Obviously, these are superstars. There's some more unicorns, and now every entrepreneur chooses to, have a business like that. Some people want to be small business owners and create jobs for themselves and stay within their community, and that's absolutely great. The only reason we use these as examples is because they're recognizable names and brands, and we'd like to inspire you. So next slide, please. All right, so we want to specifically speak about the two programs today, the two programs that are our main offering by the team that is joining you today. So Farmer, Frank, and myself, we only work with entrepreneurs that apply to the startup program or the side hustle program. We do have two separate offerings, the Indigenous Young Entrepreneur Startup Program and the Black Young Entrepreneur Startup Program. Both of those programs are run by separate teams. If you have applied to those programs and have joined us today, welcome. Happy to have you here. And we'll try to answer as many questions as we can. And if we cannot answer your questions, we will connect you with somebody from that team afterwards. The process for all of these programs is the same. The offering is slightly different. So you will probably gain as much information as everybody else if you stay with us and if you are a part of those two programs. But our main offering, which is the one that gets the most applications and have funded many entrepreneurs over the years. In BC alone, we support anywhere between 120, 150 entrepreneurs every year, and that's businesses that are funded and mentor matched and have launched. So those are really, numbers that we work towards. Those are entrepreneurs that we like to support, but we have an unlimited pool of funds. So if more entrepreneurs apply to the program, we never run out of money that we have to lend to them. The startup program offers up to $75,000 in a collateral-free loan. The first $25,000 comes directly from Futurepreneur, and BDC matches that for $50,000. You also get matched with a volunteer business mentor for a period of 2 years. And you also get access to all of our free resources, events, workshops, all of those things. And that's for folks who are starting a business and they're hoping to make that their full-time job, the full-time source of income. So that's how we assess those applications. We look at your business plan and we look at your financial projections to be able to see that this business is able to generate enough income so that you can pay yourself a full-time salary and not hold another job. Or you can generate the job, create a job for another person and pay them full-time. The side hustle program, on the other hand, is for those who have a full-time job but like to run their business on the side, or they have a passion project or something that they're doing on the side and they like to inject some money in it and be able to run that business. With that one, we don't expect them to pay themselves, and we don't expect them to have a very elaborate business plan and financial projections. It's much simpler, but we do look at, you still get access to mentorship, you still get access to all of our free resources, and we do still look at your business plan and financial projections in order to qualify you for that. Next slide, please. So mentorship is one of the reasons a lot of entrepreneurs do reach out to us. Obviously, our main offering is the loan. However, some entrepreneurs have the option to go other places to take out a loan. Then, they might have friends and family support. They might have, a good relationship with their bank, their own savings. But what Futurepreneur separates from other or differentiates from other lenders is the well-rounded support. It's a combination of things. It's not just the money. Our mentors are, majority of them are entrepreneurs themselves, serial entrepreneurs, retired entrepreneurs, or they're people who come from the corporate world, but they have a skill set that's relevant to a startup. So they could be, from finance, they could be accountants, they could be lawyers, but the day we sign them up to become a mentor, we actually interview them, we look at their resume, we look at their background. So they go through an application process also in order to become a mentor with Futurepreneur. And when you fill out your application, those of you who have already submitted your application, there's a part that you talk about your mentoring and what you need from a mentor. And mentors also, when they fill out their application, they say what they can provide, and that's how our system works and makes those matches. We stay clear of making same industry matches in order to avoid conflict of interest, but we do our best to make the matches based on skill set so that you have an accountability partner and you have a mentor that can support you. We have a lot of success stories of mentors and entrepreneurs who remain in contact after the 2 years. We also have people who needed a mentor for a specific period of time and they have multiple mentors. And we do encourage that. Like one mentor cannot answer all of your business questions and your needs can change throughout the duration of your business. But we do our part at that startup stage for you. Next slide, please. This one, those of you who have already submitted an application probably meet all the criteria, but this is very important. This is the basic criteria that we look at in order to qualify you. And if we have missed it, we probably, like if there is something with your age, you're younger than 18 or you're older than 40, if you don't have your permanent residency or you just apply for your permanent residency, these are things that we cannot negotiate. So these are the things that we'll leave this slide on the screen for a little bit. Also to do with your business plan. Your business plan needs to be detailed, needs to be complete. It is all okay to use AI to help you write a business plan, but the business plan and your financial projections go hand in hand and need to support each other, and you need actual proof to support all the claims in the plan and in your financial statements. So it's really easy for Futurepreneur to be able to detect whether this is the business plan that's actually in process or in progress, or if it's a business plan that was just written within minutes and submitted. And we do look at your personal credit history. This is because our loan is collateral free. We don't take security. It's not like we take your car or your home or anything to secure the loan. We don't ask you to invest any of your own money. And for that reason, we have to look at your financial standing and your financial behavior and how you maintain debt. So your credit report is the one that gives us that knowledge of how much lending do you have. Are you going to be able to service this loan? Based on how you're doing your projections, is the business going to be able to service itself? So there's a lot of information that comes from your credit report that's very important to us. Now we'll get to this stage that credit check is done, but just so that you know, just because you meet the basic criteria and you think your credit is good, that does not mean that you get approved. We still have to pull your credit from our end. And we look at multiple scores. We don't look at one score that you might see on Credit Karma or other places, which is a good indication, but it's not all the indications that we need. So credit is something that happens after you have submitted your application. Then we talked about employment. We want to show that the business is able to create one full-time job for a person. If you're a student, that's okay. For the side hustle program, you do not have to show that you can pay yourself and still full-time focused. As far as requirements and as far as eligibility in terms of type of business goes, there are limitations. This information is available on our website, as you can see, futurepreneur.ca/eligibility. And then there is a drop down where you can see the list of ineligible businesses. So you'll see for example, a tanning salon would not be eligible for our program due to health risks. So you can see all of that on our website if you're unsure about your business. That said, if you have doubts, you're looking at the eligibility, you're not on the ineligible list, or you're unsure about, we encourage you to reach out to us and speak to us. We will find out the solution for you. So and there's certain types of businesses that are case by case. So I think if you're unsure whether you're eligible or not, that shouldn't hold you back from reaching out to us, to Cameron, myself, or Frank, to find out whether you can apply or not. And as far as what stage of business you need to be in and how we define a startup, you can be pre-revenue, but you must be post research and development. So if you have something innovative, whether it's a hardware or it's a software, and it's something that you just have a prototype for, that might not work for us. We need to see that you have a working prototype. We need to see that the product has been tested and you're able to take it to market within a few months of taking out the loan from us. So normally when it comes to software or anything technology innovative, businesses reach out to us for their go-to-market strategy, not for the development part of it. And the product is ready, they just need to do some final tweaks, or they need money to put into their marketing, they need money to put it in that, literally the strategy to take the product into market. So if you cannot forecast revenue within the next, 1 year or 2 years, then that would be too early for us. That's how we look at it, and your business needs to be under 24 months of full-time operations. So if you registered your business in 2020, but you just registered it and you worked on the plan and you had a job and then you were traveling and you didn't do anything about it until like 2025, that's absolutely fine. We just need you to explain what happened from the time you registered your business. But if you registered your business in 2020 and actually started working on it, then you will not start up, in our opinion, anymore. But this one again, if you need clarity, if you're not sure whether you would fall under the R&D requirements by Futurepreneur or whether you would fall under, over 24 months, always speak to us. None of these should stop you from applying unless you're older than 20, younger than 18, or not a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. Next slide, please. And this is the structure of the loan. So this, y'all should already know. This information is on our website. The minimum amount is $5,000. The maximum amount is $25,000 from Futurepreneur, matched by $50,000 from BDC. BDC is one of our longest term partners. We have worked with BDC for many years. We have supported many businesses who took out our loan and BDC's loan. And we know the requirements. We have access to their application, so you don't really speak to BDC at all. We give you the 2-page application. We help you fill it out. We submit it on your behalf, and 99% of the time you get approved because you already know what it is that they don't approve, and we let you know ahead of time. So again, if you want to take a picture of this file or something, do that. Other than that, let's go to the next slide. All right. So this is the part that I feel like most of your questions come from, and we can leave this on the screen today here. But basically, the way our process works is exactly the same for everyone, and it's exactly the same, for all the programs that we talked about, for the Side Hustle, Brand Entrepreneur Program, Initiative Program, and Seller Program. So the first thing that you do is by starting or creating a personal profile on our website, futurepreneur.ca, top right corner, you click login and you go register as an entrepreneur. So by initiating that, or you go to a landing page, you click and add. Somewhere you put your information that you are interested in Futurepreneur, and you should, within days of doing that, get some sort of a good communication from Pamela, Frank, or I, where we email you or we call you and ask, hey, we notice you're interested. Then we tell you how you apply, which is business plan, cash flow projections, making sure you meet all the eligibility criteria that we talked about, and all the supporting documents depending on the nature of your business. So basically, every business that applies to Futurepreneur must be legally registered. That's how we verify your eligibility. If you are starting a business with your sister, one of you is 45 and one of you is 25, well, that's the huge age difference. One of you is 35, and you're both equal owners, you cannot apply to Futurepreneur. The person who meets Futurepreneur criteria needs to own 51% or more of the business. So this is the reason we need to see your registration documents. You can be sole proprietor, you can be a partnership or be an incorporation. We don't have any preference what you have, but we need to see the exact structure of ownership of the business. Now, you can apply with just the business plan and cash flow projections and register your business later, but you cannot add people to it later. So throughout that application, before you get to your approval stage, we need to know exactly who are the owners of the business. So if you have an incorporation and you have a holding company that owns that incorporation, then we need the incorporation documents of the holding company. We need to get to a person at the end of it, or people. So registration, business plan, cash flow are the basic ones. But if you have a hardware business, or if you have you need equipment, you need a location, we need proof of those things. We need to know that you have looked at locations, you've assessed, right? You've assessed whether that location is right for your business. If you need any sort of software, we need to know that you have the licenses, you have the things that you need to be able to successfully run your business. Now, we don't ask you to pay for anything before you get approved. We don't ask you to sign anything before you get approved. But we need to know that all of your estimates, all of your assessment on the business plan and cash flow are actually based on your research and can be backed by some sort of a proof. Once you do all of those and submit your application, then you get assigned to a different person. So your application moves from Farmer Frank and I to somebody else, and that's our client relationship team. Your client relationship team are the people who are going to read your business plan, go through your financials, cross-reference everything, look at your credit history. They're basically the people who make the decision on your loan. It takes two people to say yes or two people to say no to every business. So when you get Frank, Fred, and I, we are just doing like a high-level assessment. And we tell you, we are confident that you should get approved. But you really have to listen to the things that the client relationship manager asks you. They might need additional information. They might have feedback for you. You really want them to like you. You really want to listen to them. You want to give them the information that they need, because their job and our job, all of our jobs, is to make sure that we get a loan. We literally exist so that we can give loan to young entrepreneurs so that they can start their businesses. That's the goal of our program. But you need to work with us in order to be able to get the loan. So that process, you spend the bulk of your time with your client relationship manager in that approval process. So it can take weeks in terms of how fast you get back to them, how much supporting documents you need, the volume of things that you send, how many business partners you have. That's the part that you spend a lot of time. Then they recommend you for approval to the second person. So it's two people to say yes to a loan. And that second person, our national credit education team, should also say yes to that loan. Then you get your approval sent to you. However, after you get approved, this is like any other loan or a mortgage. You could say there's conditions, there's subjects to that loan. There's things that you need to complete before you see the money in your bank account. So that is a good time if you're negotiating anything on your invoices, on your lease, with your suppliers, you can show them that you have that conditional approval and the money is coming. And then start getting the supporting documents, getting the signatures, getting all the documents that before you needed to make sure you get money before you can get to them. Like if you purchase an existing business, you can actually get into the sales agreement and start signing that. So those things. You need to sign our loan agreement, and one of the most important parts of it is that you need to get matched with a mentor and meet with your mentor at least one time. So we need to make sure that we have matched you with the right mentor. We have a whole team in our head office of our mentoring team who work with our mentors and yourself to find you the right mentor. You can meet with your mentor in person. You can meet online. There is an orientation that you need to complete with your mentor so that our system gets triggered to disperse your loan. So that's one thing that a lot of entrepreneurs forget about. Getting matched with a mentor is not just saying, yes, I will take a mentor. It's actually making that commitment and completed that first orientation. It's called meant to be. Complete that orientation, and then you go on to getting your loan dispersed. You need to have a business bank account. Once you have met all the conditions, the money gets deposited in your business bank account, and all of the payments also come from that same business bank account. The business bank account needs to be in the business name. If it's a numbered company, if it has a trade name, with a trade name, it will not go to your personal bank account. I thought I'd be faster with this, but it took a bit while. So I'm going to stop here. First, I'm going to ask Simon if I missed something, if I forgot something that you want to add. Otherwise, I'll let you all take a couple of minutes and ask your questions. You can go off of mute and ask your question, or you can type in the chat.
Yeah, that was very I think it's great. Yeah, if anyone wants to now ask their questions, now's the time. We can try our best to answer here.
Thanks. No, I have no question.
Kesha?
Go ahead, Sharon. Did you say you don't have a question, or did you say you have a question?
No, I don't have a question.
You don't have a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us?
I have a
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have submitted my application. So I want to ask, would you be able to review my business plan and cash flow and share any feedback? Or
Yeah. Let me see who your application is assigned to. Just a minute. Okay. So, did you apply for the Black Entrepreneur Startup Program?
yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I can see that you have had some communication with Amaka. She's our counterpart. She's the business development manager for the Black Entrepreneur Startup Program, and she works out of Calgary. So what I can do is to get Amika to have a review. I'm looking at her notes. Looks like she looked at them once already.
Mhm.
Yeah. She talked about the amount of the loan with you.
Mhm.
She talked to you about there was another lender involved that she talked to you about. So just for the consistency of the process, so I think you should still talk to Amika so that
Okay.
documents that you have submitted so far, if they're different from what she reviewed previously, I think give her an email. I can send her a message if you like, and remind her that these documents that were uploaded just recently
Okay.
different from she already reviewed, so she can have a second.
Okay. Yes.
If it is the same document that she had reviewed that you have uploaded,
No, it's not.
it's
No.
not okay. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
All right. So I will write her a note. Oh, actually, and then I think you should also write to her and tell her that you've made changes. Oh, she's on holidays right now. She's on vacation. I'll find out who in her team can look at your new documents.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, no problem. And I know that she had some other feedback for you too about your application, which I'm sure you're aware of. So like keep everything in mind. When you're talking about the amount of the loan and things like that stuff.
Yes. Thank you.
Great. Cool. So that's good. And if I don't find Amika's replacement, I'll look at the documents. We're not gonna forget about your application. I'll just see if there is a replacement for her while she's.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So Cheyenne doesn't have any questions. Let's look at your application, Cheyenne. This is great. I'll have to see if you have any feedback for you. Cheyenne, okay, your application is assigned to me.
Okay, great.
And you have already applied. So Jimmy is getting. Are you an engineer by trade?
I'm waiting for to get my PhD license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the business idea seems eligible, and I'm sorry that we haven't talked yet. I should have reached out to you, but your concept seems eligible. I think it could pass your documents. And have you already launched your business, or are you still ready now?
I'm waiting for some documents, actually, my insurance and something like that. Yeah.
Very cool. And is your business registered?
Yeah.
Legally?
Yeah, it's done.
And you're
Yeah.
the sole owner?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Okay. Is it okay if I share what your business is about?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, okay. So the reason I guess he was an engineer is that it's the building sustainability consulting firm. So I have actually worked with similar businesses in the past to Future for now. That's why I think what you said would be eligible. But let me see. Just quickly looking at your based in Burnaby. So Frank is also based in Burnaby, and moving forward, he just started. He's going to be working with all the Burnaby-based entrepreneurs.
Shreya, is this a full-time business or are you working on this part-time?
Currently I work as a building a specialist. So if I'm trying to move to my own business to the full time, but for the beginning, it will be a part-time job.
So you have a job?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, let's look at I think a lot of times entrepreneurs forget that when you're a startup, like you are the business. And I think there's a lot more that you can talk about yourself and your own experience, and that gives the business that much more credibility. And I know that I think we asked for a resume, or we asked you to fill out some sort of background information about yourself. But I think like your own profile, it is very technical. We talk about things that you've done, but I think if you have any experience as a consultant, as a salesperson, anything entrepreneurial related, all of those will add to your profile and to your business. Even if it's overseas, it doesn't have to be all the Canadian experience. But like I don't know, just because you're visualized. But like any sort of experience that you have, you can include it. And this goes for all y'all, all three of you who are still staying with us. That's good. And I can see that you have all the like provincial, municipal government departments, what type of work that you do. So that's all really good. I would make your business plan just a little bit templated and point form child, and it's okay, but you need to do a bit more like storytelling within this, and a good way of doing that is a customer persona. Who is your customer? Are they the builders? Who is your customer? Is it the Strata? Who is your customer?
Technically, builder and owner together.
Okay, yeah. So I would do a customer persona and like talk about who they are, what they need, what you do, and kind of like add to it instead of keeping everything in point format. This is a good overview, but your business plan is going to need work. So what I would do, if you're okay with it, let me look at your financials too. What I can do is, because you have the base, this is a good document to apply with. It's just not a good document to get approved by. That's what it is. What I can do is to get your client relationship manager, her name is Judy. Get Judy to run your credit check and make sure that we meet that the basic credit criteria. Then I'll put you in touch with our entrepreneur coach, and he can like give you a bit more like better feedback, detailed feedback, can do one-on-one sessions with you instead of a group session, and then help you bring your business plan to the level that you will get approved. And that'll be a faster process that I think you trying to figure it out and really back and forth with me just because it's his job. And he's an awesome person. Like Farmer Frank and I, we all love him. His name is Chad. And he has worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs. He's so great. A lot of people after they work with him on the business plan, they want him as a mentor. But he can't do that. So like similar with your cash flow, I understand that like your year one, you're probably keeping your day job. Into year two, you might still keep your day job, but I feel like your projections, both operating costs and your revenue, is almost on the conservative side. Is too conservative. We don't want you to be like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire in a year or two, but we want you to be able to use this money that you're applying for, whether it's 25, 50, 75, to be able to get the business to the place that can pay you. So you show us how you can use this money so that your business can generate more revenue. So this is one of those cases that like spend money to make money. The business loan is intended to help your business to make more money. Right now, it looks like you're not going to pay yourself at all or anybody. Being a national nonprofit, it is very important for us that businesses are able to show that they can potentially create jobs. Now you can't say you will hire somebody part-time. You're not going to move on to the business yourself full-time, or you might work on it, but you need to show that the business is capable of doing that. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But no, your application again is at the perfect place for you to apply, and I'll get Judy, my colleague Judy. I'll ask her to move your application forward so I can connect you to our entrepreneur coach. So okay with you?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Good.
And do you want to talk about yours with everybody here? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me. Let me open the book on this.
Yeah, please. Which one you're opening?
Well, one we said no to.
Yes, that was not presumably because of the criteria. So it was a auto-ranking, and I saw that we had a lot of communication regarding that. So thank you so much for all your patience and support regarding that one. And the other business was about importing food products,
Yes.
which is we are mainly importing rice and also green teas.
Yeah.
So that is
This is from
something.
Pakistan, right?
Sorry.
From Pakistan?
Yes, from Pakistan.
Okay.
And that is the best quality you will ever see in basmati rice. So we did research with the market. I have actually a background with that. I have worked with the rice, importing rice from Pakistan to Turkey when I was living there since 2017 to 2022. And when I moved to Canada, and I was thinking about that to start, and we started last year the business, and we placed our order on the last this February. So it's still in process, and we are waiting maybe a few days. The containers, 2 containers will be arriving to Lower Mainland, and we will start that. Actually, what we did is we talked with the stores, we talked with the restaurants as a sales point, not as like places that we can sell. We developed a system, which is a marketing system, and it's a CRM that we are not hiring people to sell. Maybe this is going to be a question for you, but we are making salespeople to get commission when they are selling. We can create a kind of account for those who are assigning as a salespeople, and then by selling, they are receiving their commission. It can be a person, it can be a business, business like restaurant. Mostly we are focusing on restaurants and convenience stores and also stores. I have a friend who connected me to a sales manager with Save On Food. When I show the sample, we have the samples with us.
Yeah.
And I show the packaging system to them. He was getting interested that when you have here, bringing me some samples. Even actually, I had an idea from him that how we can make our packaging standards to be on the shelf on Save On. He showed me one other sample with the same Pakistani rice. It was a different packaging.
Yeah.
So we got that sample as a kind of making our packaging system bilingual, all of the standards, that is GS1, barcode, and all of them are considered in our packaging system. And we put all of them 4 package in 1 carton. So it's a very nice carton, standard Canadian, I hope. And we are hoping that we can connect to Save On Food, not at the first containers, maybe within 6 months that we have already spoken with them.
But this connection with Save On Foods is through you, it's not through another person, another salesperson.
No, it's not a salesperson. It's me and the sales.
Yeah.
He's a procurement manager in Save On Food.
So, like, I have to. And are you from Pakistan? Is that the connection?
No, I'm originally from Afghanistan, but I lived a long years in Pakistan, and also I lived in Turkey for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, management profile, it's good to include these things because of,
Yes.
again, gives you more credibility.
There's a quick question for you here. Is there a reason why you never thought of selling directly to distributors like Rise?
We do that.
Yeah.
Actually, we do that.
Yeah.
And also our developed in-house system, it has the ability to sell to the customers. And we already integrated the Paralator shipping system to our own system to do the delivery. So it's going to be a cost for customers when they are choosing to purchase online. We have that facility as well.
So
And also is, yeah.
my question though is like going back to your other business. Which business are you starting?
Oh, this one I'm talking is my main. But the other one, which was an auto rating, that was why I started that one, because my brothers are in the business.
Okay.
And I was just helping them with sales because I'm a salesperson for all of those industries. So I thought that this is going to be a good starting for myself, being on the top of the sales team, and they are doing the management, the operation, like parking and those kinds of stuff.
Are you like party to that business though? Are you an owner, shareholder, anything to that other business?
Both are my 100% shares.
Okay, so the auto, the parts business and the Basmati rice business, both are 100% owned by you.
Yes, that's right.
But which one do you intend to work full time on? This one?
The food product, because I'm seeing a lot of potential in this, and we work since 2 years only for the system, selling system of that. And I have already talked to people in Toronto that they are interested to buy from us. Even I was thinking, I already talked to them that the next step, when we settle a little bit in Lower Mainland in BC, we can connect directly containers to the Toronto as well. It's a much huger market. So
yeah. Well, so the only thing is that because you have already started two very completely different applications, you've triggered something in our system. So our system is attached, and we don't get rid of records. So now, at every step of the application, you're gonna have to explain which business is full time, which one is part time, what is your ownership, and all of those things. Because we only lends one time to every business. So and per entrepreneur. So you can't apply for two businesses that you currently own. You can apply for one of them that you currently own, and they only get one. So what we'll probably do, Aliza, is to get you they have a form, and it's attestation that you're not going to use the funds for the other business. So if you tell us this is the main business, this is what you focus on, you're going to sign that, give us that commitment, please. That the money that you're applying for is only for the sole purpose of Barakat Food Supply Inc.
Yeah.
And that's where the money is going to go. So
I totally understand that. Yes, it should be that. That's
right. There might be, so this is the part that I don't know, but there might be other requirements throughout. They might ask you for more support, that this business, like completely separate business bank accounts, completely separate registration, that business cannot have any shares together. So I'm just gonna depend on that. You're gonna get asked questions about this one. Other than that, obviously, we need to make sure that, which I think we've already done that importing rice from Pakistan is not sanctioned or anything, which I don't think it is. So that part of it is good. So we need to make sure that all the trade requirements are in place and you're able to do that. You need to make sure that if there's any trade permits, licenses, things that you have to have, you already have, which I'm assuming you do because your containers are coming here.
Yes.
So basically, again, your business plan needs to be supported or backed by all of these other documents that allow the business to come to life. So just be ready to provide more information. And again, very similar to Sharon's application or business plan, I think you can give more to this business plan to make it more credible and give more chances of getting approved. So I would offer you the same thing. moving your app. Let me see who has your application. Moving your application forward, and then getting our entrepreneur coach to help you with it. Also with Judy. And Judy is fantastic too. She has worked with Futurepreneur for a very long time. Like if she asks you questions and she wants information or documents, just know that she wants you to get it approved, not because she's doing them. And then your cash flow. I mean, your cash flow is the opposite of Shayan's. It's very optimistic, but seems like you already have letters of intent or some sort of relationships in place with people who are going to purchase from you. So as long as you can show the communication with Save on Foods, with other places that have shown interest or purchase orders even, then you're okay. You don't need to make changes to it, but you just have to show how did you come up with this. Other than that, I think it's the business plan that needs some work. I could get Judy to pull your credit, and then we will also connect you with Chat, the Entrepreneur Business for the Startup Program. For Suha, if we decide to move your application to the next step, which I will find out who's going to do that, we have a separate entrepreneur coach for the Black Entrepreneur Startup Program. His name is Benjamin, also a fantastic person. So we will be connecting you with Benjamin if we go this route.
Okay.
All right, cool. Again, y'all are free to leave whenever you want. I just wanted to have this opportunity to answer any questions, to meet the team. Or if anybody wants to have a specific question or have a private conversation, we can do that too.
Thank you so much.
Of course, no problem. Nice meeting you. Like, we sent so many emails. Very nice meeting you on camera. And yeah, I'll definitely make the connections for you. Thanks for joining.
If we have the coach and mentor, that's going to be one of the biggest things I think we really need. And personally, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll make the connection for you.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Of course.
Okay, I want to ask how long does the review usually take from submission?
Great question. Well, it does. So right now, I don't know if y'all have paid attention or not. There is a there's a note on our website when you apply that says we are dealing with higher than usual volume. So it takes longer than normal right now. So it takes, like, Shayan himself, like, I should have spoken to him weeks ago and I haven't. So it's just like the system is slower because we're getting larger volume. But in general, it really depends on the business and the quality of applications. So, for example, for Ariza, we're going to need a lot of supporting documents. So if he has them and he can send them quickly, then it'll be a faster process. But if he doesn't have them and he has to source them, then it takes longer. Similarly for yourself, I think your business plan is going to need work based on the comments that Amika had. So the faster you provide that and make the changes, make the adjustment, provide the support, the faster it goes through. In a normal time, from the time you submit your application until the money goes to your bank account, it takes 6 to 8 weeks. That's a normal time. But right now, it can take longer for y'all. The reason I recommend working with a coach is that once you work with the coach, that time that you spend with your client relationship manager is going to be smaller because the coach has already checked a lot of things and provided feedback. So that's what's going to help Shayan and Ariza, like kind of get the process going faster. And based on what Amika thinks, we'll probably do the same thing for you. The entrepreneur coach is not a standard part of our process, but I'm happy that you all came here today because now you can take advantage of that and help your application move faster. So if you're asking because you have unpaid invoices, if there's things that you need time, you have to tell us these things. But if there is something that is money dependent, you need to tell us because otherwise we put you in the same process as everybody else. But sometimes if we know somebody has to get it and then there's proof that they're going to lose their location, they're going to lose a purchase order or something like that, then we have to work together to make the process work.
Because you know why? Because I'm step 9 now. So yeah, and I repeat.
No, you're good because you've submitted your application to fine. It's just submitting your application before you turn 40. Then you have you have a while after that. I think 3 months, 4 months, whatever. Yeah. So as long as your application is in, let me bring back.
I'll be 40 on March. So then,
Oh, you.
yeah.
So it's the date on your credit report that we look at. So if you submit before your application, before you turn 40 and we pull your credit, then that's the date we go by. And that's absolutely fine. I like how we give people anxiety about turning 40, as if turning 40 is not, it's not as stressful enough.
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Don't freak out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see the status is applied. I can see everything, and then you have a lot of time until March.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
All right, everybody. If you don't have any questions, we will end the meeting here. And then I see that Frank had. Oh, you asked that question already. Yeah. And I'll be in connection with all three of you. I guess you all gonna deal with me. So I'll be in contact with all three of you for your business.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thanks all for doing it.
Thank you.
Bye.